Sunday, the Thorns opened the 2017 preseason with a 1-0 win over Chicago. Now they welcome the U.S. Women's U-23 team. It's the Thorns versus Team USA. Next. It's an absolute perfect night of action as we get set for the second round of the 2017 Thorns Spring Invitational presented by Tillamook. Thorns getting set to take on the U.S. U-23s in downtown Portland, Oregon at Providence Park on just a gorgeous night for soccer in the Rose City. As we welcome you into Providence Park, everyone, Tom Kolker, Janine Spar, Janine, that first game, let's go back to it before we get set for the U-23s. The Thorns got the 1-0 win against Chicago. It's always nice to get through the preseason and finally play an opponent.
It is, you know, and you get to not only play an opponent, but in this case, play really quality, good teams. You've got the NWCL teams, you've got the U-23 team, really good indicator of how you're doing and where you are.
Let's show you how the Thorns got that 1-0 win. It was on a penalty kick by Nadia Nadim, and the play that set it up. Some good ball movement here by the Thorns.
It was. Sink sends it across over to Henri, who then switches the point again to the other side. Bouret with the great first-time cross in. Monashim working really hard to get the ball back. Plays it into Ali Long, who gets fouled for the PK.
Now that was our only goal of the game, and you can see Nadim stepping up and firing it top shelf.
Absolutely no question. She just buries it upper corner.
So that was the goal. The Thorns ended up holding on for the 1-0 win. There could have been a lot more opportunities created from the match, and we talked to head coach Mark Parsons beforehand, really just a chance, and the opportunities were there, but it's little things like being in the right position and just taking the time to make that final correct pass.
It was, and again, that's part of the fine-tuning. That's part of the preseason and then playing and then making sure that everything transfers from the training into the game situation. So he saw this, he saw the opportunities, they had opportunities, but just kind of missing that one little extra bit. But at this point in the season, they look really good.
Let's show you how about the U.S. U-23s and how they got to where they are right now. A 2-1 loss to the Dynamo. They led 1-0 on this set piece.
You see a nice service in the box. One player, McCaskill, is a little bit unmarked. She tracks her own rebound down and then buries it. This is awesome composure from the young player to stay with it, keeps it, turns, and then finds the net.
Savannah McCaskill, All-American from South Carolina. Dash would come back and score two late goals, one in the 89th minute and another in the 94th for the 2-1 win. Both teams getting set to go tonight. It's the Thorns and the U.S. U-23s. And as we move ahead to this game tonight for the Thorns, what are they looking for in game number 2 of this tournament?
I think, again, to kind of continue with what they were doing before, stick to the game plan, but then also find a few more opportunities. So they had some, they didn't quite get enough either crosses or shots off from what they did last game. So that's what we're looking for tonight.
We're excited to bring you the game. We'll pause for the national anthem, starting lineups, and kickoff next.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Just about set to go here between the Thorns and the U.S. U-23s as we get set for this one. The Thorns under second-year head coach Mark Parsons. They had the run to the Shield last year, and Pretty remarkable. They started out that season unbeaten in their first 12 matches.
Yeah, great opening run with the new coach. He's doing a great job bringing them together, and a nice continuation. You see as he kind of picked up right where they left off, and starting this when we were able to see that game on Sunday.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Thorns. Similar to the first match of the tournament, but one difference in the middle there. Ashley Herndon going to get the start at the number 10 role.
She is. She's a little bit more of a forward, so maybe Mark is looking forward to see if he can get some of those more of those balls played in those crosses into the front runners with dropping her in the mid.
For the U.S. U-23s, again coming off the 2-1 loss to the Dash, there's head coach B.J. Snow, and let's take a look at the lineup Coach Snow is going to put out tonight against the Portland Thorns. It's going to be a 4-3-3. One player we're excited to see in the middle, Brianna Pinto, a youngster committed to your favorite school, UNC.
Yes, she is. Well, good for her. She's having a great career so far. She's been able to go with the women's team and get some really good looks and get great experience through our youth program here in the U.S. And so she's one of the emerging players you're going to want to look for.
Another player we're excited to see, Savannah McCaskill. She got the goal against the Dash. Starts up top, deceptively quick, a first-team All-American in South Carolina.
She is. She's quick and she's fast. So not only does she have really good foot skills with the ball, but she can also get into open space and get behind. So she's another exciting player to watch.
Interesting squad when you look at the US U-23s. There are 4 players that have yet to enter college.
Yeah, 23. I don't know. That's good for those young puppies.
And you can see that Thorns getting some last-minute instructions and words as they get ready for this match. Another perfect night for soccer here downtown Portland, Oregon at Providence Park. And thanks for joining us here, Tom Polker and Steve Spara. Thorns making their way out there. You see Allie Long. She'll be in that holding midfield role. Again, a mix of some of the veterans and some new players in this lineup, as this is really the opportunity before the season gets underway for Coach Parsons to kind of fit some pieces together, and especially when some of his key players go away for international duty, who can step up and fill in those roles.
Right, and we're lucky that we don't have much of that this year, but you do want to see how players kind of playing pairs, how they play together, and always against each other in practice is a little different, but you put it out there, game situation, everything's moving a little bit faster, things are coming at you, and you really got to make those decisions. So it's a really nice chance for these teams to see their players.
Here you see Celeste Bourret wearing number 30. She got the start at right back. It was her first start out there. What did you think of her performance in that first match?
I think she did really well. I think she was solid. She did well defensively, probably wanted to get in a little bit more and get some more service. Obviously, she got that great first-time cross in, so we know what she can do, and I think she just probably would like to do a little bit more of that.
Coach Parsons happy with that overall effort out of the first match. Likes where the team is at, but we talked to him before the match. This could be one of those setup games, but you like the way you're feeling. You don't want anything to
but don't tell the
derail
team that, right?
Right.
So yeah, so he likes what he sees. You know, like he said, they've had that previous 8 months together. You know, last year they've picked up right where they left off, and they're in a really good spot. So that's a good sign for his team, and he's really happy with where they are.
US U-23s in the white, the Thorns in the black. It's Sophie Smith who will start things off. And we are underway. She's one of those youngsters committed to Stanford. There's 5 players on this U-23 team that are either attending Stanford now or will be there in the next year or two.
Well, they might do okay then this year, don't you think?
They should be all right. Just underway from Providence Park. And again, we're going to see the US U-23s in a 4-3-3. Casey Murphy starting in goal. He was a co-captain at Rutgers and a second-team All-American there in 2015 as 23s played down the right wing. And the attack is on down the right side. Here is Smith with it, looking ahead that time as Caskell was making a run. Now she has it on her right foot, being guarded by Weber. And Allie Long going the other way for the Thorns.
Nice pickup by Allie, able to take that ball away and transition the Thorns onto offense.
Branch, her first touch of the match, had a couple key saves in the opening half against Chicago.
She did, saved a definite goal. It was a great save by her. And nice, you know, one of your early things to do, kind of settles you down, also settles your team down, which is awesome.
Here's a turnover. Branch giving it away, and it results in a corner kick. Dangerous play there here in the second minute.
She just wants to give them a little false sense of security or that they can do something. So I'm sure it's all planned by her.
They just want to work on their set-piece defense in the first 2 minutes. All right, a chance here for the U-23s. It'll be Brianna Pinto. We mentioned the youngster. She was actually rostered for the latest, she believes, cup for the U.S. Didn't play, but that's pretty remarkable. Not even in college yet on that roster.
Great experience.
It'll be an in-swinger from the near flag. Looking back post. It's headed out and wide, and we'll go out for a goal kick. At the time, Dalen Howell, the intended target. Just underway for Providence Park. Second match for both teams. Earlier today, we saw Chicago on a late goal by Kristen Press with the 2-1 win over Houston, and that'll be Thorns' next opponent on Saturday. Ball nodded forward by Sinclair, looking to make a run toward the top of the 18. It's played back into Murray. She'll send a short ball toward the near sideline. King trying to knock it down. Goes through Pinto's legs. And now it is Henri controlling. Switched into the middle of the field for Long. Thorns building up from the back. Emily Menges, product of Georgetown, playing it out wide. Klingenberg collides with a couple defenders. Ellie Jean doing good work for the 23s. As both teams look to control an early foul, this is going to go against the Thorns. Get opening minutes of the match here. Both teams trying to feel each other out a little bit.
Yeah, and again, you're seeing that, Thorns opposition, playing a little bit in their attacking third like we did the other night. But it's good. They still look solid. Thorns are coming out well and just trying to get their organization and see if that momentum shifts at all in the next couple of minutes.
Pinto trying to play it out wide. McGrady does a nice job to keep it in play as the U.S. reloads from the back. A long ball played forward by Murphy. Thorns control. Here's Bourret. Still has a couple dribbles. She'll go back to Sonnet. Allie Long working back. Under a little bit of pressure. Branch clearing it out. Some good pressure early on here by the U-23s. Here's Howe. They control, operating right to left here in the first half. King looking to turn. Gets by Bourret. King, left wing, sprays it out wide. McGrady thought about one timing, now working toward the byline. Will be a goal kick. Last touch by Z. King. A few nervy moments early on here for the Thorns.
A little bit, but they're getting some, some good help from each other. Obviously, you saw Allie Long pick off that first pass in the very opening minute of the game. And on this last little series, you've got Hubley kind of working back all the way and getting involved in the defense. So again, really good teamwork and team defending from the Thorns.
U.S. controls, one right back by the Thorns. Here's Bourret. There's some pressure from King. They'll roll all the way to the box. Branch, a line drive toward midfield. Flag is up. Weber may have been in an onside position when Sinclair played that ball.
So it's nice, a great little touch by Sink to play Mallory Weber in. But you can see kind of running back before that, Bourret kind of looking for someone up top, and Mark Parsons had talked about the runs and he wanted to get some more dangerous runs. So let's see if that develops in the game and get that Sink going. If you kind of used her name and definition, didn't I?
Well played.
Thank you. But between the defenders, midfielders, and the forwards, and getting those dangerous situations, those dangerous runs up top.
Thorns are to throw it. Good pressure that time by Hubley, who's getting the start up top on the right side. Played for DePaul after transferring there from Kentucky for 2 seasons. Both teams looking to control. We're scoreless here in the 6th minute. Go work around the edge. Smith has it taken off her foot. Sonnet. Thorns in the black and white. King going the other way. A 3-on-3 if King hurries down the middle. Going to play it in the middle for Pinto. She'll touch it out wide. It's the U.S. attacking down the right flank. It's pushed out. Here comes a run toward the byline. Jean looking to play it across. It will go out for a corner kick.
You said that there's some really, young players on this team, but they've got some really good speed, the 23s. They're doing a great job. This is an attack, and they're ready to go forward. This player running through, ready, to hit that ball in. I mean, they're not stopping and waiting. The U23s are really going out the Thorns.
And it's Ellie Jean making that run, the right back from Penn State. A couple players on this team from Penn State that won the national championship back in 2015. Jean, one of them. Here's Pinto to serve it in. It's an outswinger looking back post for Howe. Branch up strong. Twice now. Howe's at 5'10" has been the target of these set pieces.
And French doing a really good job of controlling her box. The ball is inside the 6, and anything that's even slightly flighted with a little bit of an arc, as opposed to a driven ball, she comes out and gets, which is key. You know, establishing that that's her place, her box early on.
Scoreless here in the 7th minute. Long ball played for Sinclair, trying to nine it forward for Weber. That time, Jean able to get in position to cut off the run by Weber. Go back to our talk with head coach Mark Parsons. Still, working through some preseason things like positioning, making that final pass, making sure everybody's on the same page. Not only when you have the ball, but also defensively when you're trying to get it back. Right.
Working on both sides of the ball, making sure that you're organized, and it's a little bit more cut and dry, kind of rule-oriented defensively, being organized. And that's, the harder part about getting those runs, those dangerous runs on the attack.
Here's Herndon whipping it in, looking back post for Weber, heads it down, and it's in the net. 1-0 Thorns on a great ball played in by Herndon, getting the start at the number 10 role. And in the 8th minute, it's Thorns up 1-0. What a great ball and just a perfect finish. That's a way to make a name for yourself.
That is. You get to the right place at the right time. You see that Thorns kind of working the ball up. Mallory Weber on the outside making that run. She knows where she wants to be, and they know where to find her. She's right there and finishes it. Great header. Knocks it down underneath the keeper. Very difficult ball to field when you're in goal.
So the Thorns up 1-0. The game against Chicago is knotting a deem in the 26th minute from the penalty spot. And the Thorns take the early lead here. Long ball played down the left wing. McGrady making a run. Trying to get around Bourre as a step on her toward the byline, and then good work by Bourre to win it back. Pinto.
Great step by Allie Long.
Here's Sinclair. She'll slow it up for a second. Now looking out on the wing. Hubley making a run. She gets there. Hubley toward the byline. Has a step on the defender. Plays it across. That time Murphy in good position.
Great job getting up the side. Well played by Sinclair to the outside. You're able to see a little bit what Hubley can do getting up there, getting a dangerous chance.
1-0 Thorns on top. Mallory Weber. Was acquired via trade from Western New York. Made 13 appearances, 7 starts last season. Getting the goal here. That's head coach BJ Snow imploring his team to push forward. It's won back by Sonnet. Trevaux to Klingenberg. Here's Menges. Menges taken off her foot momentarily. Smith had it won, and now it's a throw in here for the U.S. U-23s. We've seen early on, at least here from the U.S. U-23s, they're not afraid to push up from the outside back spot. Both Jean and McGrady have made some nice runs.
Getting the ball and going forward. I mean, they're really on the attack. Like I said, I think it's a really good speed of play from the U-23s to kind of come at this professional team and be ready to go to goal.
Thorns on top 1-0. Final game will be Saturday against the Houston Dash. Fell 2-1 earlier. Chicago, late goal by Kristen Press, the difference there. Dash getting their goal on a penalty kick. Replaying it toward the edge. 18, one back by the U.S. Here's Herndon. Go back to beaten Ray. Ray will organize. Thorns spread everybody out. Zon in a couple dribbles, looking long. He'll play that long ball down the wing, but nobody making a run, and it will go out for a goal kick here in the 11th minute.
And you can see Sonnet kind of gesturing up top, trying to talk to one of her forwards. I think she's trying to get Mallory Weber to look across for that slashing run to the other side.
And the U-23s last played a tournament in Mega, Spain. A couple wins over Japan and Norway, a 2-0 loss to England. And that coming in beginning of March. Prior to that, a tournament last June, the Nordic tournament, win over Norway and a draw against England. And I know they're getting set to go to Orlando after this tournament.
They are. They have a good schedule. They have a couple trips on the books, which is great to see because this is the development. This is that next stage, the one kind of right in between those two ages. You're not a World Cup age, you're not the women's team, but you've got players going back and forth. So great opportunities for these players and great development for our country.
Pinto. Here's Howell. What a giveaway. Weber winning it back. Thorns looking to push. They operate left to right, up 1-0. Now it's Sonnet. Bure started to make the run. Long playing a ball down the left flank. Menges. Klingenberg trying to run onto it. Gene over there to cut off that run. But it is a throw in for the Thorns deep here in U-23 territory. Sinclair can't control. It'll go back to the U.S. 1-0 our score if you're just joining us. Mallory Weber from Amanda Herndon, or pardon me, from Ashley Herndon. Good cross into the box. Weber with the header. Not much you can do about that, as you were saying, for the goalkeeper.
It's a difficult ball. Yeah, the forward did the exact right thing. She knocked the ball down. Weber just knocks it down. It bounces right kind of at your feet in the goal line, and it's a really tough ball to field.
Here's Casey Murphy. He's 20 years old. Long ball toward midfield. Both teams look to control. And Klingenberg comes away with it for the Thorns. They'll play back to Menges. Control here by Portland. Branch. Henri. Now Bure. Good possession here. Thorns. Long ball. Bure making the run. A chance to attack a 3-on-3 opportunity. Bure playing it into the box. Henri can't get up high enough. He's able to track it down. Leaves it back. Herndon plays it back out to Bure. But the flag up along the near side. What a nice buildup, though, by the Thorns. Started all the way on the far side of the field, came back into the middle, and then down the right flank.
It was a little bit, it got a little bit sketchy maybe in the back there with some of the passing, but people working really hard. Henri able to just get that pass off to kind of put Bure in, which was really nice. And then you've got Mallory Weber, who's got some speed and is really hard to keep up with. She gets a little bit of space in between her and the defender and is able to get there. And the cross is well done. It's just a little bit too high for her, but like you said, great build-up and some really nice soccer.
Thorns 12-3-5 last season, as we mentioned. Starting out the season unbeaten in their first 12 matches, went on to win the Shield, fell 4-3 here in the semifinals to Western New York. The long ball played by Murphy. U-23s look to control with Mallory Eubanks. Started looking down this roster for the 23s and see a lot of Stanford, a lot of UNC, a couple Virginia, Penn State.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. How do they get all those players?
Big time programs.
Great programs, right? Great programs.
Like you said, these players are playing at the top Division I programs and on the verge of trying to break into the regular team.
Right, and we've talked before about the youth teams, so these players coming up through the 15s, 16s, 17s, some of them played for the U20 with the U20s at the World Cup. I mean, that's where it all builds and where that development comes, and then they're able to translate that and get to a great university.
Thorns winning it at midfield. Goes back to Emily Menges. French. She'll send it high into the air. It's the Thorns on top 1-0 here in the 16th minute. Mallory Weber putting the Thorns on top here at home. Looking for their second win of the Spring Invitational. 1-0 win over the Red Stars on Wednesday. Here's a nice ball down the line. King trying to make a run onto it. Sonnet there to cut that run off and win the ball back.
Sonnet's so composed on the ball. She just doesn't give it away or hit it too soon. She does a good job to kind of set the forward up so she can get out of that play, retain possession, and go forward.
Some room on the far side for Eubanks. Plays it toward the top of the box. Smith was the intended target. Long read that well. Herndon playing it back. Klingenberg. Talk about the U.S. national team and Coach Parsons is going to lose 4 players and will be here for the next international window.
Right, but the lucky thing, it's a, it's a short window. They're here, and it's early on. It's just in the preseason games, so it's nice that the schedules kind of line up this year, and that they're not going to miss them for very long.
And one rolls over Ray's foot. Let's see the current roster of Thorns players that are on the team. Heath, Long, Horan, Klingenberg. We haven't seen Horan featured yet. Thought we might see her tonight, or Heath, but Long, Klingenberg played a lot of minutes so far here in this Spring Invitational.
Yeah, that's the nice thing. You know that what those players can do. So if they need a little bit of rest, you can give it to them, and you get the opportunities to see these other players come in and play alongside the rest of the starters and see how they do.
Here's Howe. Pinto. Good touch with the outside of the foot. McGrady making a run toward the byline. A chance here for the U.S. Looking back post. Ball's knocked down. Eubanks into the middle. McCaskill lets it roll through. Pinto, the shot is blocked. Sonic got in front of McCaskill again. Great pressure by the U-23s. Better defense by the Thorns.
I'm not sure, but I think Sonnet was playing the first goalkeeper position on that one, right in front of her goalkeeper. She just steps right in front. She's got the right place, but she's literally like a yard and a half off French. And then I think she touches the second one too. She's ready, puts her arms back behind her.
Well, if you ever need to go to a third goalkeeper, you know, a good turn to. Here's the ball played in. France gets a piece of it. It's not in on goal.
Touch,
stays out.
Twice.
Great initial save by French. The U.S. threatening here in the 19th minute. Jean. Crowd coming alive at Providence Park. McCaskill. Cleared away, but not out of danger. Hal again, looking to serve it in. Smith goes down. We play on. Now the Thorns just looking to alleviate a little bit of that pressure. Get some breathing room. Sinclair helping out.
Yep. Yeah, it's interesting. You know, they're just a little bit different. I was going to say off, but, you know, I hate to kind of label them so early. Just a little bit different than the other night. You've got a slight disorganization by the back, a little bit unlucky with Klingenberg kind of not having her feet on that initial ball in that she couldn't get down. But France really, you know, raises to the occasion, and I think she touched that ball twice. I think she got 2 saves off that one. So it's an interesting situation. See where the Thorns are and see how they come out of this and how quickly they kind of readjust everything, get on the same page, and kind of solidify that line.
Here's Alana Cook playing a long ball intended for Smith. He's trying to leave it back for McCaskill. It's tied up with Henri. Klingenberg under some pressure from Eubanks, and a throw in for the Thorns. Credit the U-23s. They are applying the pressure here after going down 1-0. Here's another look at that corner.
Yeah, you're able to see she gets that first hand on it, header back in, and she's coming across her goal, gets another hand on it. That's 2 saves right in a row from French.
What a great reaction on that
awesome.
Second save.
Well done, great hands.
So the good work by Aiden French, keeping it a 1-0 game for the Thorns. French last season, 6 starts, just a 0.50 goals against average, faced 62 shots, 5 shutouts. Really in a battle all season with Betos. This year has the chance to be the #1.
2 quality goalkeepers. You know, it's kind of that riches that you have. You know, what do you do? But you know, they did a great job, and they were able to help each other out. One gets a little bit hurt or this or that, but they always had those 2. So having a little bit of that clearer spot, we'll see how she develops. She's had a couple of rough years. She's had that big injury. I think it was back in 14, and she was kind of, you know, coming off that and finding it. And now she has her place.
It's real. Looking forward for McGrady, and it's a throw-in for the U.S. U-23s. This is you think about the U.S. as a bigger picture here with these players. 36 players either called into this tournament or to the tournament in Orlando coming up. So Coach Ellis and the rest of the squad and the coaching staff taking a look at a lot of potential players here in the system.
Right. Well, you have, you know, as I said, that this is this age group where it's not the women's team, it's not the 20s, you know, so you can bring the younger players up and get them experience with whatever the travel schedule is and how many of their camps that they have, you know, on that schedule, which is really nice. And, you know, trying to figure out where you're going to go. Are you moving on? Are you going to stay in the program and have a shot at the women's team? So it really is kind of this, you don't hear much about it, but it's really important, and it's great to see these women out here.
Long ball played toward the top of the box, rolls through, skips over Henri's foot momentarily, and it's won by the U.S. It's laid back. Smith with a chance. Can't get it on frame.
Just a little difficult decision, I think, by Megan Klingenberg to kind of let that ball run past her. You'll see as they work the ball around.
It was Eubanks applying the pressure,
right.
And then the turnover. We saw Smith take that shot. Smith, Pinto, and Howell all played for the U.S. U-17s in the 2016 World Cup, all starting here tonight. They'll probably like that one again. I mean, that was a sitter right in the middle.
Yeah.
And Thorns on top 1-0 right now. Mallory Weber's goal holding up. Credit to U-23s. They have had some opportunities. Thorns in the black, U.S. in the white. Here's Pinto, one of those players headed to UNC next year. A little bit of a heavy touch goes out for McGrady. Long, Bourret. Sonnet. Long looking to turn under pressure from Pinto. Play it back to Franch.
That's well played. A little bit better speed, you know, using Franch in the back and then her playing out that quickly. Not only makes it more solid in the back, but then you can see in the attack right now going forward.
Klingenberg to Bourret, cutting to the middle, the shot. Murphy the save. What a great ball. That diagonal ball from Klingenberg as she found some space in the middle of the field.
Yeah, and she got a little bit lucky getting that ball past the outside player, but she's able to get this great ball into Bourret, who again is able to cut in. Doesn't quite get the strength of shot off that she would like, but that again, good attack, good opportunities.
You always think of defense when you think of Klingenberg, but just on that run right there shows you she's got some offensive skills as well.
Yeah, she's always involved. I mean, that's really nice, and kind of, you know, a shout out for all those other players that are playing defender. It's not just standing back there, but it's an attacking position these days, and you can really get up, get involved, and influence your team.
Especially in an offense like the Thorns, where you see the outside back so far up the field oftentimes. So they're a key part of the attack when they're in the offensive half of the field.
Yeah, and Klingenberg does that with the women's team too. You'll see her up the line a lot and with a lot of service. So you're just adding one more player into the attack.
Bourret getting there before King. It's a battle, and it will be a goal kick for the Thorns. Some nice hustle from Z King, 2016 ACC all-freshman team at NC State. There you go, Steve, not UNC. There it is, another North Carolina.
All right, we're okay with the Wolfpack.
Led the team in goals last year as a freshman with 8. Thorns on top 1-0. Tom Colker, Janine Spar, thanks for joining us here on the live stream. It's second game for both teams. Thorns a 1-0 win over the Chicago Red Stars. U-23s fell 2-1 to the Houston Dash. They were up 1-0 thanks to Savannah McCaskill's goal in the 74th minute, but the Dash came back goal in the 89th minute to tie, and the winner in the 94th. See the Thorns take on the Dash Saturday at 7:30. Here comes the U.S. operating up the near flank. It's in the middle. Smith, a nice move. Good ball out wide to McGrady. Sonnet covering her. Brady trying to put it in and earns third corner of the match for the U-23s. Pinto over to take it. She was named to the CONCACAF U-17 Women's Championship Best 11 team. 17 caps with the under-17s. This will be an in-swinger from the near flag. The Franch is right. Playing to the top of the 6. Knotted out of the area momentarily. Grady wins it back. Here's Pinto, left wing. The U.S. setting up another attack. Bit of a heavy touch there by McGrady. Falls Eubanks. Looking to spring McCaskill. Good read by Menges. King. Here's Pinto. Playing it toward the top of the box. Eubanks. Not a bad idea trying to find Pinto on the wing, but a heavy ball. Thorns on top here, 1-0. Mentioned that next event for the U-23s, they travel to Orlando. They'll be there from April 2nd to April 8th. They'll play Central Florida and then the Orlando Pride. Herndon leaving it. Sinclair. Sinclair, 11 appearances last year for the Thorns. Henry has a little bit of room. Well, into the middle. Alley long, 25 yards out. Good diagonal ball. Henry on it. A one-time ball across. Sinclair trying to knock it down.
That's a great ball from Alley Long, and that's exactly what Mark Parsons was talking about in Alley Long's game. Last Sunday, she did a great job of really servicing or giving really difficult, dangerous balls, you know, for the other team to deal with, and a great opportunity for her team. So you see that again in that type of ball.
Thorns on top, 1-0. They switch it from the far side to the near. Ball intended for Henry. It's a good job to turn away from Pinto. Now some room in the middle of the field. It's a diagonal. 4-on-4 opportunity for the Thorns. Henry. Weber. Couple dribbles with the right foot. The shot. And Murphy in position. Murphy's got great size, 6 feet.
Yeah, 6 feet is great, except for when that ball gets headed down right at the near post. So I'm just saying, throwing that out there for all you not 6 foot tall goalkeepers.
Flag up on the far side of the field.
You got that ball from Alley Long, just slices right through the defenders and playing Henry in. Such a great ball. Just a little bit unlucky. Sink just a little bit behind her, couldn't quite get her foot on it, but great play.
Branch goes short. Klingenberg. And the Thorns attacking. Ball play forward for Sinclair.
You can see the 23s are putting really good pressure on the ball. I mean, they are really making the Thorns play faster and work for it.
Henry laying it down the line. A good one-on-one battle. Well played by Real. And the U-23s win it back. That pass takes a deflection toward midfield. Sonnet. King keeps it in play. Real. McCaskill. Right back to Sonnet. Sinclair. Christine Sinclair playing in the middle. Here's a chance. Runners in. Murphy just got a piece of it.
Another great ball from Sinclair. Takes a little bit of a turn, sees the run, slices again, just kind of threads it through those defenders for a great, great run through by Weber.
What's her second of the match?
I'd still like to see Sink turn quicker and go up herself. You know, you see a willingness from the U-23s to take the ball and go at defenders, and I don't think the Thorns really have that same kind of speed and willingness to go through. I mean, I love what the pass is awesome. Sink is incredible, but I'd like to see her run at some people a little bit too and really put those backs under pressure.
Here's the attack. Long lets it go through, trying to get it back. Top of the box goes down. Good possession here by the Thorns. They lead it 1-0 on Weber's goal. The assist from Herndon. Long switch across the field. Menges time and space to operate. Will push it out wide to Klingenberg. Klingenberg on the edge. Back to Emily Menges. WSL first team last season with Heath. Ali Long. Here's Long. Ball switch back to the near side. Blu-ray looking forward. Sink setting up. Turns away from some pressure. Good ball into the middle. There's a chance. Flags up.
Same type of situation. I mean, again, I'm not discounting the passes are great. I think they're awesome, but you're not getting your forwards turning and looking at the goal the first time they get the ball, and that's the first thing that shuts down. You can see Herndon gets the ball, and she never even looks up the goal. She looks for that pass, and again, it's a great pass, and it's a great run. You know, unfortunately, she's offsides, but also they're not shooting. They're not shooting from distance. They're not kind of softening up the defenders, and I think they really can, and I think they could be more dangerous. They're so talented.
Well, Sinclair only has 167 international holds, so if anybody can do it.
Only.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. She should have just a couple more.
What's that like, do you think, for some of these younger players of the U-23s going up against a player that they probably watched most of their careers in, Christine Sinclair? It's got to be pretty cool for some of these younger players.
It's always interesting, you know. We were talking about like the Oregon team, basketball team. They're so young. They're freshmen. They did really well in the NCAA tournament because they're too young to know the difference. And so you have that kind of mentality where, are you too young to really, you know, to just accept the challenge, or are you kind of starstruck by it? And I think it's more individual on who they are. It'd be interesting to poll them and see what they think.
Sonnet. Ball went across. Thorns working out of their own territory. They lead at 1-0. Molly Weber, Ashley Herndon. Herndon getting the start for Monet Ship, the number 10 roll. A great diagonal into the box. Weber finished it with the header. Klingenberg leaving it for Sinclair. Left wing, edge of the 18. She'll push it out wide. The Thorns attacking. The ball swung in and floats. And will go out for a goal kick here in the 34th minute.
That's the right idea from Hubley. You know, it's not the best ball. She mishit it just a little bit. It's not where she wanted to go, obviously, but it's the right idea. You know, that's that quick attack. You're looking for that early ball in to try to catch the defense off balance.
Murphy will put it back in play. There's 12 caps with the U-20s. 2015 Big Ten goalkeeper of the year. Thorns on top, 1-0 here. We've seen some good pressure, especially in the second 10-minute period of this opening half by the U-23s. A couple corner kick attempts, a couple shots from close range. Good saves by Franch. A couple good saves by, was it Sonnet who was on the line?
Yeah, Sonnet did make the, she made the double save too, didn't she?
See if she's in the scorebook.
I don't know who has more saves at this point. Yeah, they're both doing a great job, both keepers.
Sinclair. Switch. Now time for the Thorns to operate up the near sideline. They cross over into the attacking half. On rail, low to space. Leaving the middle, Sinclair left alone. Sinclair the shot! Just wide. Murphy may have gotten a piece of it. That will set up a corner kick.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a touch. Nice save. I think might have hit the post, but it's really well done by Sinclair to hit that so quickly. Good ball in from Henri. Takes a nice little cleaning touch and then hits it. That's what we want to see. I'm glad she heard us up here.
That is dangerous. You leave Sinclair.
That's right, top of the box.
So it's a corner kick here for the Thorns. From the far flag. Weber over to take it. Ball's loose. There's a whistle, and it's going to go against the Thorns. Murphy made the initial lunge at, didn't get to it, and then it was a scramble.
Yeah, you can see the runs happening a little bit, trying to get in, and there's a little bit of crowding. You got player right in front, Hubley's right in front of the goalkeeper, and just goalkeeper didn't quite go up for it.
36 minutes, Thorns on top, 1-0. They're looking for more. Herndon, Sinclair knocks it down. The shot, second shot. Murphy in position.
Not bad. She gets 2 on that one. She gets to try again. So.
This game has a little bit of a similar feel to the first one against the Red Stars, just in the sense the Red Stars kind of took over possession early, and then the Thorns, about halfway through that first half, really dominated the rest of the match. And we saw some good early pressure from the U-23s, but it's been in the last 10 minutes, mostly the Thorns.
Right, need maybe just a couple minutes to settle down. So that's hopefully one thing they can kind of work out. You know, again, we talked last game about when the goals happen, beginning and end of halves and after goals. So if you kind of come out with a mentality, you might get caught in an important game giving up an early goal.
Grady looking for King. Thrown here for the Thorns. Falls to Real. Part of that 2015 National Championship team from Penn State. Murphy. McGrady down the line for King. Looking to make the run. Sign it there to clear it out. It'll be a throw in for the U.S.
Just such great timing. Knows when to come over and cut that ball out.
McCaskill got the goal against the dash. Serves it in. Bure punches it out.
Decisive clearance. Like to see that in the back. Well done.
U.S. attacking down the right wing. It's pushed out wide. Jean looking to serve it in. Can't get it on frame. It'll go out for a goal kick. No correction. French had it, so it'll be Thorns' ball. Bure. Henry playing it into the middle for Long. Switched. A lot of room out wide on the left wing for Klingenberg. Time and space. Playing into the middle. A little bit of a collision there. It's controlled by the Thorns. Long. France goes short. Thorns will play out of the back. They lead at 1-0. 39th minute. Weber's goal holding up at the moment. Bure knocks it down. Stays in play. Grady trying to get around Bure. Wins it back. Henry looking for Weber. It's interesting now. Weber's on the right side. She started out. She and Hubley have switched. I don't know if that was just off of a set piece or something that happened and they're just playing out of it.
Could be just run a play, yeah, just making runs across for each other and just finding themselves there. I don't know. I haven't heard anything if it was kind of a planned switch or not, but that's a good movement. You want to see your forwards not stay in the same place. It makes it a little bit harder for the defense to track if you're not just kind of hanging out in an area.
Here's Sinclair. Thorns attacking. It's left back for for Henry. She'll switch it out wide. Room for Klingenberg on the left flank. 40th minute. Menges. Henry. Sinclair turns. She'll go on goal over top. I think she might have saw Murphy off her line just a little bit.
Yeah.
Trying to go over top.
All I know is I'm glad my microphone is directly going into her ear because I asked her to shoot more and
she heard you.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but that's great. I love to see her do it. You know, she's such a great attacking player that I'd like to see her do that. I think she's sometimes a little bit too unselfish. And, you know, this is what you do. So you put the team under pressure and, you know, cause some problems. You can sometimes just get a corner out of it, but it's great to see.
Thorns on the attack again. They lead at 1-0. The 1-0 win on Wednesday against the Chicago Red Stars. Nadia Nadim's penalty kick goal, the difference there. May see her in the second half. Scheduled to go about 38 minutes. That's what she did in the first match.
A couple players might get a little time in the second, as well as maybe a couple of the defenders too. See how the game plays out. I'm sure Mark will play the idea and the script of what he has, but also the game and how it looks to him.
Weber using her speed, trying to turn on Real down the byline, leaving it back. Sinclair holding, still in the box, waiting for some help. It's Bure. Long. Good recovery by the U-23s. They're a nice run. What about the speed there of Weber down the wing?
I know.
Wow.
Again, it's one of those people that have that has a gear that I have no idea what gear that is.
Herndon putting it in, looking for Weber. That's how the first goal happened. That'll go out for a goal kick. And sometimes you see coaches switch the wing players, just to switch up the attack, try something different, especially if you have a left-footed player from the right side who can then cut in and take that shot. So it seems like they're staying on those opposite sides right now, maybe Parsons saw something he liked or just wanted to see, just
Yeah.
attacking from opposite sides.
It can be the coach. Definitely the coach can get word to him. Sometimes the players just think they find a weakness or something that they can exploit and choose to do that on their own, or they end up there. So it'll be interesting to find out who chose the switch there.
Here's Real. He was a member of the 2016 U-20 World Cup team. Participated in Papua New Guinea. 4 players on the squad, part of that U-20 team. Long ball play down the middle. Singh attacking. Murphy just gets there in time. Oh, what a great ball played right down the middle of the park.
Very dangerous ball. Good to see, and the keeper playing it well is also, stepping up, kind of reading the long ball and being a little high off her line, ready to cover her backs, which was awesome to see. And Singh just a little half a step. Could have gotten the toe on that. Unfortunate for her.
Is the U.S. program set up where you have a lot of players who may play one match for the U-17s and a U-20, U-23? Will it be set up so that the styles at each level are similar?
It can be. It depends on what the current thing is. If the women's team is trying to work out a formation, and then the 23s might play the same formation and all the way down. It really depends on what the emphasis is, what Jill Ellis wants them to do. And are they letting them develop and try different things with the personnel they have, or are they trying to institute in one form?
McGrady. Bure took it off her foot. Good defensive work. Here's Weber. Has the goal tonight. She'll race down the near sideline. Gets by Pinto. 3-on-3 opportunity. Good ball into the middle. Took a little bit of a deflection. Thorns on the attack. It's left back for Long. Diagonal out to the left wing. Klingenberg with some room to operate. Hubley looking to turn. Back to Klingenberg. Play it into the box. Earned in the intended target. Read well by the defensive line for the U.S. That make it a little tricky though if you're kind of going back and forth between levels and squads, and all of a sudden we're going to play this formation one way, and then I'll go to a different place, and now you're going to play, instead of out on the wing, you're going to play more in the middle, and just trying to
I think it can be. I think, again, I'd say it depends on the player, and some people that embrace the change and embrace the idea just have a great education, and with the coaching staffs they have, they're able to explain it to them and kind of bring them along, and the more they learn, the more invaluable they become, and then the better chance they have to play on whichever team wants or needs them, So it really works out in their favor if they get the chance. I don't think it happens a ton. As you said, have a couple with this group, but not across the board. It doesn't happen, more so than not. Yeah.
Thorns on the attack again. Henri leaving it down here. Sinclair on the wing. Henri attacking inside the area. Playing it on the deck. Goes across. Great opportunity for the Thorns. It was Klingenberg on the other end who almost got there.
Klingenberg might have thought she was on the other end of the field on that one. You've got Henri just able to slot that ball in, and Klingenberg's at the far post. Maybe just can't quite get her foot ready in time and hits it over.
Good recovery by Eubanks. What a great ball in on the deck.
It was, and it was great for Klingenberg to be up that high. Like you said, she's an outside back, and she's all the way inside the 6. So, it's a great run from her. Always working. That woman never stops.
So many times you see that ball played across with so much pace, and it's elevated, and then nobody has a chance to get to it.
Right. Or no one's there.
Yeah.
That's the other side of it,
Sure.
too.
Does not appear we're going to have much stoppage time, maybe a minute or so. One last opportunity here for the U-23s to try and equalize before we reach the halftime break. Henri wins it back. Weber, and there is the whistle. It was Herndon to Weber in the 8th minute. The difference in the first half. Good work there by Christine Sinclair. Got a couple opportunities on goal. Bure a good first half as well. We've shown good through match and a half at that right back spot, and it's the Thorns on top of the US U-23s. 1-0 at the break. Coming up, we'll have stats, highlights, get you set for the second half. Halftime at Providence Park. Weber's goal, the difference. It's the Thorns on top of the US U-23s. 1-0 at the break. Highlights and stats, second half call coming up next.
This match is presented by Tillamook. Fans with a voucher to tonight's autograph session, please make your way to the top of section 115 and 116 following the conclusion of the match. Winter Brothers Brewing wants to send you to New York to root for the Timbers as they take on New York City FC on September 9th. You can win 2 tickets to the match, round-trip airfare on Alaska, hotel lodging, and Timbers and Winter Brothers gear. Look for Winter Brothers Brewing Beer at your local retailers for more information and your chance to win the Winter Brothers Flyaway to New York sweepstakes. KeyBank is an official partner of the Portland Thorns. The KeyBank hassle-free account. No overdraft fees, no monthly fees, no hassles. Turn to Key. Visit key.com/hassle-free. All right, Rose City, here's a recap of tonight's first half. The Portland Timbers and Thorns are proud to offer the #1 camp program for soccer players of all skill levels between the ages of 5 and 18 throughout the state of Oregon and Southwest Washington. Registrations are open now. Visit timbers.com under the Youth tab for more details. Fans, visit any in-stadium retail location today to pick up some Thorns gear at discounted prices. Select Thorns items are on clearance as we make room for new styles. These deals are only available while supplies last, so check them out before they're gone.
City. It's the Thorns on top of the US U-23s 1-0 at halftime on the goal by Weber. We'll get you all the highlights here coming up, but a good game here and a good test for this Thorns team against the US U-23s that have come out, and really in the first 10-15 minutes of the game, Weber got the goal, which put the Thorns on top, but the US U-23s came out and really were aggressive.
They were, they were pressuring the ball. They were had the willingness to run at the Thorns, which is great to see from a youth team. And that's something that, again, we talked about kind of happened in last Sunday's game, is that the Thorns came out. It took them a couple minutes to kind of get in the rhythm, and then once they did, game kind of opened up.
Well, let's show you the highlights from the first half, and it started with the goal. Weber in the 8th minute off a beautiful feed from Allison Herndon.
You see this ball, just a great service, and Mallory Weber's in the right place, gets up above it, knocks it down. So difficult to defend as a goalkeeper. She's got in behind that defender. Great ball.
So that put the Thorns on top 1-0. And then in the 19th minute, some great reaction saves by French.
French gets a hand on the first one, gets a hand on the second one. I'm not sure. I think she might have saved 3 or 4 goals in that whole play.
Just that reaction save by French was
It's
unbelievable.
awesome.
And then in the 30th minute, it was Sinclair on the other end almost setting up Weber again.
It was. She just threads the needle through those defenders. Weber gets the shot off. It's a great job. This is such a great precision pass by Sinclair. Well cut out by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was a nice play by Murphy there. And then the last chance for the Thorns in the 45th minute. Henri had a busy first half on a good ball in. And you can see Sinclair feeding her there, and Henri making that run toward the byline.
Yeah, gets in and just slots that ball across to the far post. Klingenberg is there, but not quite fast enough to get her foot on it. Well, in the right way, I should say.
Nice run. As we look at the stats from the first half, you can see the Thorns, the advantage in the shots, 7-4, 5-on-1 in terms of shots on goal. But we saw the U.S. being aggressive early on. They had the advantage in corner kicks.
Yeah, they did. They're really, like I said, they have that willingness to go forward and to go at the goal, which serves them really well. And then when they lose the ball, as far as putting pressure on the ball, it does them again. In the beginning of the game, especially, they were causing the turnovers and getting on the end of it. So that, it was good for them.
So it's the Thorns on top here, 1-0 at the break. We do expect to see some changes here in the second half. Again, this is the opportunity for head coach Mark Parsons and his staff to get a look at a lot of players. And then there's also some of those players who we saw in the first game against the Stars who played about 30-40 minutes. We may see a player like a 98 AD. We may see some more changes of some of the younger players who haven't gotten some time yet.
I think so. You want to give those players that have played a long time, give them a little bit of a break. But even more importantly, you do want to let those players, the other players that haven't gotten on the pitch yet, get in there and kind of show what they can do. Get their game fitness up a little bit, play with those playing pairs, those playing trios, see how everybody kind of fits in together in that game environment, which is the only way you can do that is in a game.
Back on February 2nd, NWSL President and Commissioner Jeff Plush and the President and CEO of the A&E Network's Nancy DeBuck announced a 3-year national TV deal. The NWSL Game of the Week on Lifetime will air live each Saturday, Saturday, April 15th. The first match will feature Portland and the Orlando Pride here at Providence Park beginning at noon. Great deal, more exposure for the league. Nothing wrong with that.
No, that's awesome. Great to see. This league is going strong, looks really good. It's developing, and it seems like everything is, going in the right way for sustainability's sake. Which, as that happens, you build that base more and more, and then longevity is more on your side there.
You see it not only in the women's game, on the men's side with the expansion of Major League Soccer and how big it's become. I mean, look, soccer here in the Northwest has been pretty unique and special. When you look what's going on here in Portland, the crowds that get up in Seattle, but to see it on a nationwide scale now with all these cities that want to get leagues and teams, it's pretty remarkable how much it's grown even in the last 5-10 years.
True, and that, and partially because now there's such a huge percentage of the population of the country that's grown up playing it, seeing it, or taking their kids to games. So then when you have that, that long-term ability to be in the game at all different levels, you're really going to see them come together and have more excitement and be more popular.
Let's take a look at the Thorns' upcoming schedule. Again, this Saturday, 7:30 starting against the Dash. Catch that one right here on the stream. As we mentioned, the deal with Lifetime against Orlando. They can watch that on the Lifetime channel on April 15th at noon. And then April 22nd, 4:30 coverage. as they take on the North Carolina Courage. Get set for the start here of the second half. We scan the field. At least initially, it looks like the same group for the Thorns will be out there. So I don't have to change any cards yet on my sheet. Got them ready to go.
Right on.
Let's see for the U.S. U-23s.
Yeah, and you'll see what the plan is if they're, trying to give. So that's the first 45. If you're going to give some of these players another extra 10 to 15 to try to get them in the second half and see how they come out after changes are made or things are talked about at halftime and see how they respond to that. So that might be a good solid choice by the coaches to do that and then bring their subs on.
Second half underway from Providence Park. Tom Colker, Janine Sparrow, thanks so much for joining us. Thorns on top 1-0. Allie Weber's goal in the 8th minute difference. And as the U-23 working left to right here in the second half, the white and navy, the Thorns in the black and white. Another good crowd on hand here at Providence Park for this one. Long pass into deflection off of Smith. And the U.S. will play it down the line. How would you assess that first half along the back line defensively for the Thorns?
Like I said, maybe just a little bit off, not quite as solid as they'd like to be. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. It wasn't bad. There's just a little bit of miscues here and there.
From distance and branch the save. Good first half. We saw the highlights from that corner kick set piece. And early on in the first game against the Red Stars, it was the couple early saves that kept it a scoreless match, and after Thorns got the early lead here, preserving that 1-0 lead through the break. Long ball over the top. Goes into the 18, no trouble that time for Murphy. Second half just underway. Grady made a lot of runs along with Gina's outside backs in the first half for the U.S. It's in the middle, Allie Long now looking to turn. Played in the middle, back for Long on a give and go. Long moves it across, Weber. The shot from distance over top of the crossbar. Henry let it fly.
You see the ball in here. Allie Long kind of give and go with Christine Sinclair trying to look at the goal. It's still a little bit of crowd. There's a lot of defenders in the box doing a really great job of defending and just not able to kind of lock her ankle fast enough. Henri just gets underneath it and hits it over.
Thought of that quick touch, Long was going to let it fly.
Yeah, but it was. I mean, she had those 3 defenders around her, so in that kind of situation, low percentage thinking it's going to get blocked.
Casco the other way. He had the goal against the Dash. First team All-American from South Carolina. Weber racing down the sideline, showing great speed all night. Thorns on top 1-0. Second half just underway. Henri. Klingenberg. Here's Menges. Under some pressure and a turnover. Smith, a chance for the U.S. Smith in. That goes out for a corner kick. Great recovery by Emily Menges. Smith was all alone. But a corner kick here, as we see that replay and the takeaway by the youngster Smith.
Yeah, a little bit of speed in there to kind of separate Menges off the ball, and she almost gets a really good opportunity in there from some good hard work.
Smith, who's committed to Stanford next year, member of the U.S. U-17s that qualified for the 2016 World Cup, had a goal and 4 assists during the qualification process. 16 total caps at the U-17 level. Pinto to put this one in. Headed away by the Thorns. Hopefully got a piece of that. Ball served back in. Gaskell nods it back. Alb serving it out wide. Pinto now turning into the middle. Pinto trying to play it down the line, right by Allie Long. And the Thorns control. Herndon playing it back to Klingenberg, deep in her own territory. Menges with a 20-ball yard forward for Weber. Poked off her foot. Good pressure again to start the half by the U-23s. McCaskill in the middle for Howell. Howell looking around, she'll push it out wide. Good switch here by the U.S. Time McGrady couldn't control it, he'll go out for a Thorns throw-in. Sonnet, Bourret, looking on that far side of the field, sent toward midfield. Sinclair knocks it down, trying to leave it down the line. Read well by Cook. Here's Ellie Jean. Eubanks under some pressure, working against Klingenberg. He's pounding her.
She will kick anything that moves. It is moving, I will kick it.
Don't get too close.
That's right. It's good pressure there. You know, again, you know, talked a little bit in the first half about the 23s and pressure on the ball. Thorns have to do that too in order to get those turnovers and make them feel uncomfortable.
U.S. working out of the back. Klingenberg is walking around downtown Portland since a kid with a soccer ball just has a knack. Just going to go
That
take
would be
it
a
away.
great commercial.
Walking to get a sandwich.
Klingenberg, not now, Klingenberg.
No. 51st minute. Thorns on top, 1-0, looking to start the Spring Invitational with a 2-0 record after a 1-0 win against the Chicago Red Stars. It's Nadia Nadine's penalty kick goal in the 26th minute that held up for that 1-0 win. The U-23 is trying to bounce back after a 2-1 loss to the Houston Dash. They led 1-0 on a goal by McCaskill in the 74th minute. Dash responded in the 89th minute to equalize in the game-winning goal in the 94th. Here's Long. Sinclair. Sinclair with that one great look in the first half from the top of the box, and Murphy just got a piece of it to nod it wide. Marie.
Yeah, I think Sinclair had 3 really good solid shots at the end of that first half. It's good to see.
Here she is with it on her right foot, plays it across. Thorns attacking here in the second half. Hubley plays it back. Marie. So Hernan has the assist on the Weber goal in the 8th minute. Right now the difference in this match. Hubley turning's got some room to operate on the right wing, edge of the box. Plays it back for Bourret. 23's organized defensively. Sonnet trying to cut. Good work by the U23s. Smith won it back. McGrady. Pinto. King down the line. And now it's the U23s, a 3-on-3 opportunity. McGrady playing it in the middle. Ball loose. Referee had a good look at it, no call. It was King who went down in the box. Correction, Smith.
This is a great job. You get this ball in the box and a nice little touch and turn from Smith. And you know, that's one of those ones, it might not be the place that you really want the ball in, but you just got to even put it in. I think in Spanish it's puntazo. Just touch with your toe, right?
Great
just touch
first
it
ball,
forward.
though, to give
Right.
herself some room in the box to operate. Here
Yeah.
we go the other way. Weber. Flag is up. Well, Smith, one of those youngsters who's headed to Stanford next year, and almost able to, shot on frame as the flag up. The fans, you can hear, they don't disagree with that call.
Yeah, Weber does not agree with the call either. It's okay to disagree.
Yeah, it's a friendly boo.
Yeah.
Murphy will put it back in play. 2015 Big Ten goalkeeper of the year out of Rutgers. You need so many of these players for the Thorns have been a part of this U.S. Youth and Development Program. I'm going to show you some of those names, but it's pretty remarkable, everybody who's played a part or is currently in the U.S. system.
It's a great sign for development. I mean, you've got all these players, Bourret, France, Johnson, Klingman, Long, Menges, Reynolds, all going through that development program and how it impacts this country. It's been awesome. You know, still the list is just, it goes on for what these players have done and where they've been. It really shows you kind of where our country is and how successful we are with developing those youth and bringing them through our programs. And then I say it every year, the best thing in the world is that these women get to play, because most of them are just now, getting to see their prime and getting to see what they can do. It's just started. It's incredible.
Henry on the attack. Down the left wing. Plays in the middle. Sinclair leaving it back. Herndon. Trend diagonal. That's read well. Thorns control at midfield. They get it right back. Alley Long in the center circle. Long diagonal. Looking to play Klingenberg in. He's going to get there. Klingenberg trying to get around Jean. It's a one-on-one battle. Jean doing everything she has to hold her off. Nice work by Ellie Jean to hold off Klingenberg along the byline. And the U.S. clears it back toward midfield. Sinclair nodding it away.
Gets in there.
It's a crafty move. So Thorns on top, 1-0. Long diagonal for the top of the box. Probably nodding it forward, but it'll be no trouble for Murphy. Murphy on the ball. So Thorns on top, 1-0. Take on the Dash Saturday at 7:30. Right here on the stream. Smith looking to turn on Sonnet. Ray taking it off her foot. Mengus send it back. Franch will restart the offensive attack. Thorns take their shape. They go short. Mengus back to Franch.
This is kind of the way they started off. They're trying to work the ball around with maybe just a little bit too much patience sometimes. French really needs to release that ball a little bit quicker and not let the pressure get quite that close from the forwards.
Ball misplayed, gives an opportunity to Sinclair. Weber racing toward the middle along with Henry. Sinclair, edge of the 18, plays it in. Sinclair tried to keep it in, the ball stays in play. Weber tried to redirect that one back on frame. Whistle against the Thorns.
Got a little bit tied up with their feet there. Klingenberg is just trying to, again, apply a little pressure, not let the ball out.
It's a good look at Megan Klingenberger. Klingenberg, 14 appearances last year. 70 caps, 3 goals for the U.S. Number 25. Played every minute of the last World Cup.
Isn't that amazing?
One of 7 players to do it. Just unbelievable.
Iron Woman.
Good ball ahead for Smith. Eubanks trying to split a couple defenders. Thorns were organized defensively. Here's Weber, who has the only goal of the match. In the 8th minute off the feed from Herndon. It was a header knocked down.
Well, tried to see Hubley making that slashing run across all the way. It's about a 25-yard run she tried to make. Some good connection. Or attempted connection.
That's one of the things Coach Parsons talked about wrestling prior to the game. He wants players to make more of those attacking runs, really try and push the defense back.
Right, and while the service wasn't there, it was, it was seen the connection was good between those two. So that's a really good thing for the Thorns.
Subs getting set to check in. We'll get you those here momentarily. They lead at 1-0. Here is Klingenberg. Under that midfield line, she'll play it back to Mengus. Franch. It's a long ball, a little bit heavy on that touch. It'll go out for a throw-in for the U-23s. This looks like the U.S. side going to make a sub or 2 here coming up. So we're in the 59th minute.
Kind of thinking better of it, maybe stepping off the line and making another little change, or just holding off on this up for just a second.
Throw in for U.S. King, Pinto, now Howe. Good turn and a switch to the near sideline for Ellie Jean. Bolts just skips over Jean's foot. It'll go out for a throw-in. Here come the subs. We're going to see Kendall Johnson, Carolyn Flynn,
Substitution for the Thorns. In the match, number 27, Carolyn Fleming. Number 26, Mallory Weber. Number 6,
Monashim checking in. So Klingenberg comes out. So Shim in, Carolyn Flynn in. A couple substitutions for head coach Mark Parsons. Good right. What did you think about the players who are trying to make a name for themselves? Herndon had the assist on the goal. What did you think of her role in the number 10 spot?
Yeah, you did pretty well. I think, you know, it's a little bit of a challenge to say the least, playing against alongside, what I meant to say, Henri and Long. So they're still trying to find that connection. I think it's a tough road, but I think she did all right. I think she did a good job, you know. And then we've got Hubley, who's, you know, trying to make those runs, get involved, and she's trying to do those things that Mark Parsons talked about. So again, you know, well done by both of them.
Portland native Kendall Johnson on the field now.
UP grad.
She has her first touch of the match. She missed all of last year due to a knee injury. It's good to see her back on the field.
Definitely, great player.
Here's the U.S. attacking. Eubanks looking to serve it in. We got a piece of it. Good pressure down the right flank by the U-23s. 1-0 our score if you're just joining us. Mallory Weber in the 8th minute off a service from Ashley Herndon. Only goal of the match. So great ball served in, slicing, diagonal ball. We're able to knot it down past Murphy. And a corner kick here for the U-23s. Good double take it.
Substitution for the U.S.
For that.
All these situations are really invaluable, you know, for the Thorns to be able to check things out, have these set pieces and work out not only what their plan is and if they're sticking to the plan, you know, but also like how well they execute each thing within. You know, are they following their assignments? Are they doing what they're supposed to be doing, and watching the players that they're marking.
Here's the corner kick. Ball stays down and then put over top of the bar and out for a goal kick.
I tell you, Smith is knocking. You know, she's up there. She's making good runs. She's always on the ball. She's finding ways to get there. I mean, you know, she's definitely trying to cause some trouble up top.
One of those players in for the U-23s. Here, Davidson started 21 matches last year as a freshman at Stanford. 2016 Pac-12 All-Freshman team and All-Pac-12 second team. And one of 5 players that's tied to the Stanford program here on the U-23s. And a foul against the U.S. or a free kick here for the Thorns in the offensive half. Stanford shouldn't lose a match next year, right? That lineup.
What should we call and tell them that?
With a long ball played in. Are you looking to someone to make that back post run? Thorns on top 1-0 here at home. It'll be the dash coming up on Saturday. Thorns win it back. Here's Sonnet. I mentioned that game coming up. Tickets on sale now. Call 888-736-6849 or visit thornsc.com/tickets. Single game tickets available now. I'm excited for that home opener coming up on April 15th against the Pride. That'll be on the Lifetime Network. I mentioned part of that new deal announced. Weekly Saturday match.
Yeah, it's great to see. Great to see the accessibility growing, and you know, everybody will be able to see these games.
Chance here for the U.S. That time it was Bourret, and the referee's pointing to the spot. It's going to be a penalty kick for the U-23s.
Smith just gets in a little bit, trying to track down that ball, and gets in it shoulder to shoulder with Bourret, who ends up. Smith establishes position, and Bourret just kind of shoulders her from behind.
Who will take it for the U23s. Smith has worked hard all night. She's created some opportunities in the area. That one about 10 minutes ago where she came up knocking to herself and created a chance. So give her credit. She's fighting hard.
Definitely, you know, and she went and chased that ball down, so she deserves to take the PK. You know, you could see France just kind of stepping off her line a little bit, trying to stare down the youth player and give her a little chance to think about what she's going to have to try to do to make it harder on the kicker.
Smith against French. Smith committed to Stanford next year. 16 caps at the U17 level. Chance to equalize in the 65th minute. Save! The rebound is in. 1-1 in the 66th minute. What an initial save by France, with the U.S. in the right spot for the rebound, and we're all square here at Providence Park.
Such a hard thing for the keeper, you know, making that initial great save and not quite getting the support she needs. Just hits it kind of low, deflects it, no follow from her teammates, and that, you know, able to follow up and then put that ball in. Just a really hard thing, but good thing from the 23s and Zhao being able to finish it and get something out of it.
Shell Zhao. Guess where she goes to school?
Let me guess. Poughkeepsie.
Close. That's Stanford. 2015 Pac-12 All-Freshman team. Honorable mention, also 21 appearances last year. She was the 2015 Gatorade High School Player of the Year at Nebraska. And credit to her for being ready for that rebound.
Going from one farm to the other.
Yeah, that's right. So, new game here at Providence Park. All square, one apiece. The U.S. U23's first game, they were up 1-0 thanks to McCaskill's goal in the 74th minute, but then it was the Dash who answered late. 89th minute to equalize, 94th minute to win it. And the U.S. has responded here in the second half.
Let's see, see what it means to them. You know, are they okay being tied, or is this going to increase their sense of urgency? You know, you can see coming out in this half, it hasn't been the fastest game in the second half, and see if that plan changes now with the Thorns and being tied with this young team.
Mangus playing it across. Sonnet now under some pressure. Long helping out. Almost lost it. She does. It's a turnover. U.S. attacking again. And it goes out for a goal kick, but another giveaway, another chance for the U23s.
That's about where my hair starts to turn gray when I'm coaching the team and we're playing around with it a little bit in the back and letting that pressure from the forwards get just a little bit too close. I think the Thorns need to play a little bit faster. They started off this way in the first half, and they picked it up in the end of the first half, which was really good. And I think they need to do that same thing again here.
Well, another sub that has come on for the U.S. and I know a player you like a lot, Ashley Sanchez. She's the one who ended up with that ball on her foot, and she's a girl who can score.
I do. Super exciting. Was able to watch the U20s in the World Cup. Super, just, you know, energetic. She's got a lot of movement. She's fast. She's smart. She's got great touch. I mean, she's a really exciting player, so I'm really happy to see her here tonight.
She won the gold ball at the 2016 CONCACAF U17 championships. Nowhere, she's not going to Stanford.
Oh, good.
She's going to UCLA.
Somebody else can have a try?
That's
okay,
right.
good.
You'll attend UCLA.
So she gets to play against Stanford,
How about
though.
this? 21 caps, 21 goals with the U17s. Goal a game.
Wow.
Thorns attacking. Flynn trying to get in, got bumped off the ball. There's a whistle. So this is going to be an interesting free kick. It's essentially a really short corner.
Right.
And how will they attack this, and how do you set it up defensively if you're Murphy?
Mostly, for what the keeper wants to do is just, I think, you know, making sure that everybody's assignment is taken care of and marked really tightly. You get a little bit of a bump. The defender just really steps in, and I don't know, I think it's pretty good defending, but apparently it's a little over-exuberant for our referee.
Nice run by Carolyn Flynn. The Thorns here, chance to set something up. It'll be Kendall Johnson, Portland native, over the ball. 5 players in the box. Who will the target be? It's short. Shot is blocked. That was Shim. Top of the air. Ball floated back in, long the intended target. Murphy in good position. 70th minute, we're all square one apiece. It's a new game.
You hear the crowd kind of getting into it a little bit more, trying to cheer their team on and say, all right, women, let's go.
Well, they want a W. There's Johnson. Flynn. Johnson, dangerous one in the middle, but it flags long. And now the switch is on to the far side of the field. It's on in a long diagonal. Flynn knocks it down. Henry making a run. She'll get it. Chance here for the Thorns attacking. Henry. Quick touch on her right foot to Kendall Johnson, trying to serve it in. She'll play toward the top of the six. It floats and hangs, and no trouble for Murphy.
Great to see Kendall Johnson back. Such a good player. I was lucky enough to see her play as a youth in the area. I got to see her play a little bit at University of Portland. Just a great quality player. So good to have her back on the field.
Defending that time by the U.S. It looks like we might have a change in goalkeeper for the U.S. squad. As Thorns attacking here with Allie Long. Flynn from distance, just wide. What a rocket from Flynn, who's just entered the game. 2017 draft pick out of Nebraska, and that did not miss by much.
You can see just great touches by Allie Long, and then drops the ball off and able to get that really quick, hard shot on. That's a great look and great opportunity.
There you see the applause for Nadia Nadim, who checks into the match for the Thorns. Got the goal in the 1-0 win against the Red Stars. But 38 minutes in that first match. 1-1 game here at Providence Park. Not into the middle. Smith, who equalized. She wins it away. A chance for a 3-on-3. That time not on the same page with Sanchez. If she had kept that ball, she really could have made a run to the top of the box. Ranch will send it down the field. U.S. controls. Pinto into the middle. Nice switch to the near sideline. Here's Ellie Jean. We'll give and go with Sanchez. Jean now making a run. Back out wide to Sanchez. Nice cut inside, trying to leave it down the line for McCaskill. Mingus will hold her off. And it'll go out for a goal kick. Our score. Thorns got on top in the 8th minute. Riley Weber, the header with a nice feed from Ashley Herndon. Mengus. Johnson. That time, Cook can't control it, out for a throw-in. I thought we might have had a goalkeeper change, but it looks like Johnson might have Murphy might have just changed jerseys.
The numbers just incorrect. She's got the 12 jersey on instead of the 1. I don't know what they're doing to us.
Trying to confuse me up here.
Yeah, they are.
Touche.
Dagnabbit.
Sub here for the U.S.
McCaskill's done a great job. I mean, she's really a quality player. Great feet, great technique. Really kind of sneaky. I always say that about good quality attacking players as a compliment.
Jordan DiBiase checking in, 2016 Pac-12 Honorable Hall mention. 2015 Pac-12 freshman team. From? That's right.
Shoot,
Stanford.
I didn't have a good one.
Originally from Littleton, Colorado.
I couldn't follow up on Poughkeepsie. I think that was
Ranch.
classic.
A little hesitation there, got to it.
Yeah, I'd like to see them learn from that last one that they're just allowing the ball, they're playing the ball just a little bit too slowly and letting pressure come too close. You can do that in the front, up top, in the attacking third. You can't do it in the back. You can't let that pressure get that close to the ball because bad things happen, slip something, and, so you get a hold.
U-23's got a little more energy here after getting the equalizer.
Yeah.
75th minute, still time to go in this one. We saw the first game between the U-23s and the Dash. 2 goals. 85 minutes or later. So the Thorns being set to bring in Megan Cox from Virginia. Another change here for Parsons. Ellie Magnus will check out.
So that's a little bit of what Mark Parsons talked about, is changing that back line. Obviously, you don't do that, all the time, but this is a great opportunity to make those changes, get those defenders a little bit of work in the back. These are groups that have played together in practice for the whole preseason, so they do have experience as a line playing together, and it's nice to put them in a game.
Gal serves it in with the left foot. Nodded back.
Great service into the mix.
Flynn just clears it. It's a throw in for the U-23s right in front of head coach B.J. Snow. Dean will play it down the line. Controlled by the Thorns, Allie Long. There's a whistle. A kick to the Thorns. Long wearing the captain's armband. 2016 NWSL Best 11 back-to-back awards for her in that tournament.
Great service by Kendall Johnson. That's one of the things that is really key about her game. She can really play a ball, distance and accurate.
Henri over top. Flag goes up in the last second.
That's a tough one.
Making the run.
You got to take that. She was offsides, but that ball coming over the top, ground's a little bit wet. It's going to skip. Really got to take a little bit something off it to utilize that space, not let it run away from you.
Crowd coming to life at Providence Park. 1-1 our score. Dean nodding it. The attack is on for the U.S. down the right flank. Hubley trying to serve it in. She earns a corner. Good work by Kelly Hubley. A chance here for Thorns to set something up. It'll be Shim over to take it. Kendall Johnson roaming over there, setting up close.
So you're seeing their targets in there a little bit near post. See if they drive this one a little bit harder.
Long Sonnet. Ray in there as well. The U.S. looking to go the other way after the clearance. Thorns keep it in the attacking half. Kendall Johnson. Marie. Johnson. Nice footwork. Looking for Nadine. The U.S. controls. Zhao. Into how to take it off her foot. Good hustle by Henri. Throw will go to the U.S. '79th minute, 1-1 our score. Long ball played down the line, intended for Sanchez. She had 21 goals and 21 caps. U17 level. There she is with it. Ellie G.
Just a little bit of skill from Sanchez.
Play back to Murphy. Having Nadine closing down. Good work by Bourret, putting it back in midfield for the Thorns. Now they attack. Shim dribbling through traffic with it on her left foot. Looking to play it to Long, who's making the run. It's still loose. Nadeem, it's a foot on it. Had that ball, but able to get through. Long and made the run. She would have been alone.
Some good changes, you know, you see Nadeem brings just a little bit something extra, something a little different up top. Scrappy gets good, you know, good positioning, gets around the ball a lot.
Reagan's taken down. Chance here for the Thorns to set up something from about 25 yards out.
Yeah, Reed just kind of steps in front and it's kind of get tangled up a little bit.
I like her effort here in the second half. She's all over the field.
Another player who, you know, doesn't stop, keeps wanting to play.
You got Ship over it with the left foot, Henry with the right. All being set up as 4 players for U-23s just outside the area.
Let's see if they play the back of the box in the far post or drop it in over the wall for those players running on. See if they have a plan and a set piece that they've, you know, worked on.
You can hear the crowd. Ship floating it back post for Long. Made the run, just a little bit heavy. Couldn't quite get there.
A little bit of a difficult angle, you know. It's a little bit past the goal, kind of past where the runs are. If the runs start off a little bit wider, they can run in onto it, but because of where they start, ball gets in a little behind him, and it's really hard to track down. Good work by Flynn to keep that ball in.
81st minute, 1-1 our score. Thorns trying to improve to 2-0 in the Spring Invitational. The 23s looking for their first win. Right now we're all square one apiece. Franch played short. Three nods it forward. Nadeem attacking down the left wing with Flynn in the middle. Henry to her right. Nadeem trying to go behind the back. Caught up there. Some good work defensively that time by Real. U-23's trying to go the other way, but Long's there to cut off the attack. Now they're continuing to work hard defensively here in the 82nd minute.
Definitely. She's been all over the field. She did the same thing in Sunday's game, you know. Great defensive presence. Also, other side of the field, getting up the field, being involved in stuff. I mean, just great work rate from her.
Murphy, and short. A lot of Cook under some pressure. Go back to Murphy. Send it to midfield. Thorns continue to control the attacking half. One back by the U.S. Jean pushing it out wide. Sanchez trying to get her around. Kendall Johnson. They're throwing for the U-23s right in midfield. Attack left to right here in the second half. It's Flynn going the other way with some room down the left flank. Looking for Nadeem. Comes back out wide to Flynn. She'll serve it in one time. Pinto back. Like the energy Flynn has brought into the match.
Yeah.
Turnover and the Thorns attacking again. It's played back. Henry from distance. Off post. Murphy reacted late, had it beat. Wow.
So, you know, Bure gets to the top of the box again, doesn't even look at the goal, lays it off to Henry, who gets the shot off. Casey a little bit slow over feet, hand comes out too soon, ball goes off the post, wasn't quite completely covered.
She lost it for a second, maybe through some traffic, or just didn't get a good read initially.
To be honest, I think when you're 6 foot tall, it's hard to get down that fast. So
there's another chance. Nadeem trying to sneak in, goes down to the top of the box. We play on, Long with it. Thorns attacking, it's laid down the byline. Ray trying to serve it in. And the U.S. able to clear it away. Thorns control, they stay in the attacking half. Served it for Long. Can't get it on frame and goes out for a goal kick in the 84th minute. Fans like the effort. Let's take a look at how we got here. And it started in the first half in the 8th minute. Mallory Weber from Ashley Herndon. Great finish.
Great positioning, great finish from Mallory Weber.
This was the penalty. Good individual effort by Sophie Smith drawing the penalty.
She did a great job to establish position and then got pushed from behind, you know. So that's a foul.
French, the initial save, Zhao with the putback. And that's
great first save, and just unfortunate that players weren't quite, you know, quick enough to kind of cover her.
85th minute. Is that more frustrating when a goal happens like that as a goalkeeper versus just the initial penalty and it goes in? Because you made that initial save.
Yeah, you know, yes, it is. Just gonna be honest about it. A little hard, you know. You make that,
You're
you make that first save.
You can speak to it.
Percentages are against you as a goalkeeper, and the kicker, the shooter should score on it, and you make the first save, and you just need a little bit of backup from your teammates sometimes, and just to help a sister out.
All square, one apiece. 86th minute. Long ball played toward the top of the box. There's a chance for the U.S. French that time.
Good for French to come off her line and clean that up into the safest place for the balls in her hands. So it's a great job.
That was Sandra Yu, second half sub. Not a bad idea. Just couldn't get a lot behind that shot. A little bit of a bounce on her. Here we go again with the U-23s attacking right down the middle of the field. Yu hasn't taken off her foot. They get it right back. Played out wide. Biasi that time was looking to get it on the wing, read well by the Thorns.
Yeah, I think she had some space that in that case, she could have attacked it. Most of the 23s do a really good job and are very willing to go forward straight away. I was a little surprised that she wanted, first look was to lay it off.
Zhao, our goal scorer for the U-23s. Tried to feed DiBiase. Long diagonal. Marie knocks it down. And now she'll start the attack for the Thorns. Nadine trying to make a cutting run. Read well by Ellie Jean. Nice job by Ellie Jean to keep that in play along the near sideline. Working against Megan Cox. And a throw in for the Thorns. 87th minute. Will be the Thorns in the dash on Saturday, 7:30 start. The 23s will take on Chicago. Been clearing it. Earlier today, Chicago a 2-1 win over Houston. A late goal by Crystal Press, the difference. After Houston equalized in the second half on a penalty kick. So again, the opportunity to take on another league opponent before the actual season starts here.
Yeah, so I mean, it's great to see them more, and play against those top quality teams. It's not like they're just bringing in some high school team or something, but you get to see what they can really do. You get a really honest look at where they are.
Henri attacking on the left wing, cuts into the middle, has some room, playing through the top of the box. Lovely making the run.
That's better. That's exactly, again, we keep going back to what Mark Parsons said. He wants to see those dangerous balls, those dangerous runs, something that's either getting them the shot, the cross, or the pass.
Thorns win it right back in midfield. The captain, Ali Long. Shim. Long going right down the middle. Nani trying to split a couple defenders. She's going to get there. Turns away from the byline. Good job to keep it in play. Looking for Kendall Johnson, who's making an overlapping run. Nadim on the ground, keeps possession. Ali Long from distance. Murphy in position.
She may have made a 3 to 4 course meal out of that one. I'm not sure.
89th minute, time winding down in this one. U-23s equalizing on the penalty kick by Sophie Smith. Here's Davidson to Yu. U.S. trying to attack down the left wing. Bourret reading that well. It's 2 players on her. Somehow able to find Simon out of all that. Henri. Thorns controlling on their own half. Shim, a second half sub. There was her header in the first game that led to the penalty kick. Long got taken down off this nice ball in by Bourret.
Another player that really always, gives something and can create all kinds of things and on different levels in different ways.
Kendall Johnson. Flynn looking to turn. It's taken off her foot by Sanchez. And Cox will play it back to the top of the box for French. A turnover. Smith alone. Smith shoots and scores. And the U.S. in the 90th minute take a 2-1 lead off the giveaway.
Again, kind of brought this up before, maybe slightly undisciplined, not kind of getting the idea that they need to move the ball a little faster, take care of it a little bit more, be a little bit more protective in that defensive third with the ball. And again, unfortunately, this is what happens when you don't quite follow those rules of defending and what you should do.
France was trying to get it to Cox. Those two just not on the same page. You saw the look there of head coach Mark Parsons, obviously not happy.
And that number 19, Smith, I tell you, she was always lurking. She's been lurking for a while, and that's one of the players we talked about that could do something really exciting, and she's right there to take advantage of it.
Mentioned head coach Mark Parsons, and he's not going to be happy about that, but for him it's about, as he told us before the game, it's about the things that they want to accomplish on the field and taking the next step, progressing toward the regular season. As Long heads it on frame, probably trying to make a run. Look, you always want the result, but it's
learning.
Are you taking those 2 or 3 things that they talked about after that first match and applying it to the second one here, trying to get you ready for the regular season?
Exactly. It is the preseason. It's what it's all about, and you get to see, tested by fire, right? And this is it. You got to get into that heat and feel it and make those mistakes, or almost sometimes, if you get away with it. But this is all good information. That's what they need, and that it really is what it's all about.
In stoppage time here. 2 minutes have been added. And a couple chances here for the Thorns to try and equalize late. Crowd trying to encourage the home side on. The dash scored in the 89th minute and then the 94th against the U-23s on Wednesday. The Thorns have a late equalizer. Long, Flynn. Work by the U.S. Played ahead. Smith's alone. That will do it. So after taking the lead, 1-0 in the 8th minute, off the goal by Mallory Weber, the U-23s with a good second half. They get the equalizer, the second chance penalty kick, and then off the defensive mistake, Smith buries it, and the U-23s get the 2-1 victory.
Yeah, teams always want to win, for the 23s, they came back and they did it. They did their job. They kept pressing. They kept going after it. They were willing to expend the energy and do that. And for the Thorns, it's just a really good look. It's a good look for them of new players or different players in positions sometimes that they don't always play, and people they haven't seen yet on the field in the situation. So it's really, good information all the way around, for everybody.
Let's take you through the highlights from tonight's match. And it began in the 8th minute as the Thorns went up 1-0.
Great ball in there. Sink just slots it out. Keep moving the ball across. Great flighted ball. Weber's in the right place and just buries it. Great job.
Good ball by Herndon across there.
You can see her get up over it and knock it down again, making it super difficult for the goalkeeper to save. Well done.
Well, that put the Thorns on top 1-0. And then a little bit later in the match, some good defensive work by goalkeeper Addie French.
You can see the initial ball in. She gets that first hand that comes across the goal. Second save. Just great job. Really quick. Well done saving, both of those opportunities.
45th minute, Thorns on the attack again with Sinclair starting the attack. And you can see Henri had a busy game.
Makes a little move, slots the ball across. Again, Klingenberg just can't quite get her foot to the right position to put it in.
The U-23s kept attacking, and later on in the match, in the second half, they pressed, they won possession, and in the 64th minute, they earned a PK.
So you've got Smith going into the box, and then just a little bit of shoulder to shoulder, and then she established position, puts Bourret on her back. That's the foul.
Here's the penalty kick. Smith, great initial save by French. Jal there for the putback.
Just didn't have someone following up on that. Unfortunately, Bourret couldn't get there in time to cover that player. She's able to knock it home.
A little bit later in the 84th minute, it's the Thorns attacking. And it's Henri from distance.
It's a good 30-yard shot. Goalkeeper a little bit slow to get down. Just, got lucky that the post was there that time. Round post was her friend.
And then in the 90th minute, see French trying to play it out of the back.
Little indecision by her, so she kind of mishits it. Doesn't hit it quite as hard as she wants to, and gets caught.
Smith with the finish, the U-23s with the win as we take a look at the next game for the Thorns. And it'll be this Saturday, April 1st, against the Houston Dash to close out the Spring Invitational.
It's a nice round of games. Waking everybody up saying, hey, here we are back in Portland having soccer, have these great teams in here watching it. I think everybody's ready to go. And by the sound of the crowd tonight, it's just going to get better and better.
So that'll do it for us tonight from Providence Park. The U-23s come back to take this one 2-1 on the goal in the 90th minute, and the Thorns will look to close out the tournament with a win over the Dash. That again Saturday at 7:30. You can catch it right here on the live stream. So for our entire crew, for Janine Sparra, I'm Tom Kolker. Final score from Providence Park, the U-23s 2, the Portland Thorns 1. We'll see you Saturday at 7:30 right back here at Providence Park for the Thorns and the Houston Dash. Have a great night, everyone.